Hey guys, welcome on here. It's a pleasure to have a topical with Esidemina. Thank you for logging onto my YouTube channel. Like, this is Topical Friday. You know what we do here? Sometimes we just talk about some of the trending activities in our nation, Nigeria, the one that excite us, interest us, and the one that we also have to learn from, particularly those that affect each and every one of us, like individually and collectively. So today we'll have some of the news of such, but I would already know. Okay, let's talk about the education first, and the educational sector, the WAEC, those that are supposed to return back to school. I think there is still a bit of a not conclusion on that, on what would happen, whether the WAEC would definitely shift the exam, as Nigeria, as the Ministry of Education Nigeria is speculating, whether it will still hold whatever the House of Representative is saying, or the Minister of Education. But whatever decision they will make, we just hope that everything works together for a good, noting that we are not the only country in ECOWAS, that's Economic Community of West African States. I think about 5 or 6 countries in there, but Nigeria like is the biggest of all. So we should do some places like, you know, we are the biggest of all, so we should be the deciding factor in this. But that notwithstanding, that is an institution. They also have to decide, looking at other countries also involved. So I hope the exam is actually meant to start in August. So let's see what happens. And at that, then the very recently, which is concerning the health, we know pandemic situation, so everything about health has been on the very high side in Nigeria for a long time. Like, so many news around health and how it's been managed for a long period of time. So I think yesterday or the before yesterday, now the news on is the response. If we remember clearly, some time ago, some of doctors were denied traveling out of Nigeria to the UK, and then the Minister of Health, Dr. Osaije Hanere, has this to say to them, and which I have actually written here. He said, UK won't give you hazard allowance. Health Minister advises doctors planning to leave Nigeria. So many persons have responded or has responded to this, telling, you know what, whether UK give them, how much is hazard allowance? I think it's about 5 or 10k every month. Like, what does that mean? So people are like, where a lot of comments on that. Nigerians are like, you know what, this man is really thinking is not reason why you would enter professionals, doctors, and that we know how doctors are. We've heard stories, we've seen people come back and let us know, you know what, staying in this country as a medical doctor, you're doing yourself a disfavor or a disharm, because the country itself is not even applauding or appreciating the effort of these medical doctors who had spent a whole lot of time in school reading to be their profession. And let's just read an extract from what he said. I gathered this in some of the notable dailies in our nation, Nigeria, and it says, okay, it says, the minister said on Thursday, that was yesterday, 16th June 2020, during the briefing of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. And he said why to a question regarding the 58 doctors who were denied or prevented from flying to the UK by officials of the Nigeria Immigration Service at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. He said he was surprised that the doctors wanted to leave the country without visa. Okay, number one, I think we are one of the few countries giving hazard allowances. The UK, where they are going, there is no hazard allowance. They don't give doctors hazard allowance, but they just get a salary. That is all, because I have spoken to some doctors there where we all know, no matter or whatever this is, you cannot, the salaries are not even comparable. You cannot compare a developed nation and a developing nation. That's even by this. I cannot compare people who value her professionals with those who really have regard, for her professionals. So I think so many people had responded on this, and then let's read another part of it. Okay, Hanere maintained that immigration of doctors is not particular to Nigeria. He said he was informed that doctors were also leaving the UK for another countries, should be for other countries. Even in the UK, they are losing doctors to other countries, so that they think there is a movement. But I think we have to look at our own situation the best way we can. He said the minister, however, stated that we would not stop doctors we will not stop doctors who want to leave the countries from going, but they must have visas. Okay, he said regards the 58 doctors, we were all surprised to hear that they were at the airport, and it was irregular in that many of them did not have visas. I don't know what evidences you have, whether they left the country, but no one should leave the country without a visa. Well, on the visa part, I think that is a yes, you cannot travel out of your country without a visa. But so many people had actually commented on this. So what is your response on this particular issue? I mentioned education, not the health system. So what is your response on this? And then what would you think of the statement like those in the UK, doctors in the UK, they do not have hazard allowance? Like, well, I think that should not even be that should not be compared in any way. Like, for me, it's incomparable. You shouldn't just use that as yardstick. But whoever I want to live should make sure or ensure that everything has been put in place, all your papers, immigration and migration is totally accepted. Then you can go. You could even decide to go for adventure, for visit, for leave, to go and work, or whatever you have to do, sightseeing or whatever you have to do. So these are some of the topical news. And also we also, okay, in another news or notification, let me just talk about the Mama Africa, the Mama Finance of Africa, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Well, like we know, she's in Geneva at the moment with other candidates who are vying for the position of the Director General of the World Trade Organization, where she had, okay, it's still in the process. I think it's after a while, then they'll come back while the process continues, and then eventually the DG will be elected. So that notwithstanding, she has said a very big thank you to Nigerians, some of the ministers, and also other economic other members of the ECOWAS states or countries for believing in her. And she has also told us, if you've been following the trend, that she really can do the job. She, as a developmental economist who has worked with the Ministry of Finance, who has worked with who has worked with very international and notable organizations. She has the pedigree, she has the education, she has the qualification, she has the resources and the capability to carry on this job. Like, this woman is so, she's really, sometimes when I see her at the front, on the front newspaper, when I have to hear her talk about what she's doing and what she wants to do and how she's been appointed for some of these international opportunities, like, oh, we just realize that we really have some very lovely and notable women in our country, Nigeria, and we need to almost all the time support them, no matter where they are, at the top or at the lower hierarchy of our nation, Nigeria. In the same vein, we also saw the late Arotile Tolu. Like, so many people had been, I'm going to talk, I think I should talk about that in another of my video. At 23, we see the feat she had made. She has shattered a lot of ceilings, places where some women dread. She has dreaded, like, be a combat helicopter. Like, that was a very, very huge one, a very huge one. Like, at 23, 24, she's done marvelously well for herself. That was a great feat. And also many people had been like, okay, people, you know what, we really don't get to celebrate these fences until we hear that there might or one or two things go along the line. But that notwithstanding, we shouldn't blame anybody. But now that I think with what we know about her, so many people, so many young women, so many very lovely young women will not dare into such opportunities, believing that everything is possible in our nation, Nigeria. So this is your topical girl, SAD. I already know we have so many things that interest us at different points in time by different people, depending on the industry or whatever industry you represent, your by passion, by skills, or what have you. Please kindly let me know in the comment section the news that has been so thrilling to you, like what you just really, what maybe the news you heard and it spiked in your head, like, oh, this is a go for me, Nigeria. If Nigerians could do this, if this could be done, if the federal government could do this, if the state government, if the ministers and all of that, what have you, could do this, it will be a yes and a plus for our nation, Nigeria. I also have gist of the National Stadium, Nigeria, what they plan to do with the creative industry in that. So we fingers crossed and looking forward to what will be attainable in this. And then that notwithstanding, also heard that there's inflation, market prices, so many news, so many very beautiful, lovely, and then what have you in our nation, Nigeria. It's our country, Nigeria. It's our nation, and we love her, because no matter that's why I love this song so much. That no matter where you go, no matter where you be, there is always a road that would lead you home. Because even when you've left the shores of this country, you've gone far, you've gone for greener pasture, you've gone to check at the other side, which is really green. And sometimes your kids, your family, your offspring would just want to do, you know what? My parents say I'm from Nigeria. I want to get back to Nigeria. I want to get to Africa. I want to see the land. I want to see my people. I want to see the blood running through my veins and every other beautiful things like that. So that is the reason we have to preserve. We have to preserve our ecosystem. We have to preserve our motherland, and we have to be our topicals at every point in time. Thank you so much for your time. This is your lovely girl Elsie. It was a pleasure having you here on my YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly do so, and give me your feedback in the comment section. Do have a pleasant weekend. More news coming, more stories, and more entertainment. Do have a pleasant day. Bye bye.